All right. Welcome everyone to the 7th annual Guadalupe gathering. Can you believe that? This is the 7th consecutive year that I facilitate this. And it's evolved. It's been such a miraculous gathering. Of course, there's things I miss about being here in person and having tamales afterwards and the potluck part of it. And I know that that might happen again. But last year and this year, this is how it's unfolding. And I know, I trust, and I feel Our Lady of Guadalupe so excited about how this is allowing so many different people to join that wouldn't be able to if it was in person. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to start with opening the circle, even though I've been preparing for this really all year. Like I know that this is an appointment I have right around December 12th every year. So I feel like Our Lady prepares me throughout the year. And certainly once she said to me, when I asked her, okay, what's the theme of this year? And she said, I need leaders in 2022. From that moment on, it was like, oh, okay, there was an acceleration of the preparation. And I want to share also, I know some of you, I think I share this in other ways. I participated in a sacred cacao ceremony today in preparation for this. And I'd never done that before. And that was really so beautiful. It felt so perfect to begin today in that way. So wherever you are, whether you're here live or you're watching the replay, let's go ahead and take some deep cleansing breaths. And I just invite everyone to please be muted. I'll try to, just mute everyone. Just great. And use your breath, right, as that sacred technology that it is to connect to this moment. To connect to the earth. And of course, to connect with our beautiful Lady of Guadalupe. Whether you have had a relationship with her for a long time, or whether it's your first time, or perhaps like me, before I consciously was aware of her presence in my life, now I know, looking back, oh my gosh, she was always with me. But I didn't know it till around my mid-20s, really. That's when I became aware of it. So welcoming that connection with Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Divine Mother in this form. And as we feel her presence already, of course, really tuning into her magnetism. She has this magnetic resonance. So you might start to feel your vibration, your frequency already starting to shift as she starts to activate your magnetism. So you are magnetic also. You are meant to magnetize all of the support, all of the resources, the connections, the friendships, the healing, whatever it is that you need, it is your birthright to be able to magnetize that. And yet through trauma and woundings and burdens and programming, we forget. So the first thing already that I feel Our Lady of Guadalupe, she's stepping in and she's with her divine magnetism, she's activating all of our magnetism. All right, so activating, just feel. I just see like these rays of light starting to radiate from your heart, from your third eye, from your sacral chakra. That's already creating this magnetic field to attract with ease everything you need to feel supported in your leadership. And if you have problems with the word leader, that's okay. We'll go into that. So just acknowledge that if that word brings up fear or brings up nervousness, or perhaps you're like, well, I'm not a leader. Just welcome those beautiful parts. But know that if you are here, you are a leader. You have been a leader for a long time. And in 2022, the invitation is to step more fully into that. And so with that magnetism starting to activate, visualize those roots of light, right? Bring your awareness to your pelvis and your hips, your knees, ankles, and feet. And see those roots going down into the earth, down your legs into the earth, deep into Mother Earth. Feeling her support. She is here as part of the ceremony to help us release and receive. And as your roots connect deep into the earth, we already, of course, set the intention that you will release effortlessly anything that's ready to be released. As we gather here together, even, we have, like I think it's 44 people connected, whether you're here live or watching the replay, all of us together amplify our ability to release and to receive. And with Our Lady of Guadalupe here, that is expanded and magnified. And so as that happens, I invite all of us to feel our roots connecting with each other in a very co-creative and interdependent way. So you are still here connected to your heart. You have pristine boundaries. When Our Lady of Guadalupe is present, we have pristine boundaries. It just happens effortlessly. Why is that? Because her vibration is so high that anything that's an illusion, anything that doesn't serve you, anything that's unnecessary, just falls away. So we're creating this beautiful alchemical space, this beautiful container together, trusting that everybody who said yes to this invitation was meant to be here today. And when I say today, I mean whether you're watching here now live or watching the replay, right? We are all connected. And so I welcome the elementals. I welcome the crystal allies. So whatever crystals are showing up for you, whatever trees are showing up for you, whatever earth medicine is here for you, welcome it. Even if you don't know what it is, I'm feeling a lot of plant medicine. I'm wearing this beautiful handmade dress from Peru. And it has I wish you could see all of it, but unless I stand on the chair, that's not gonna happen. So, but it has all these beautiful plants, medicinal plants woven into the dress. So we welcome the plant medicine. Whatever plant medicine you need, whatever crystal medicine you need, whatever elements will soothe you today, will help in the transmutation. We welcome all of it here. And we know that there is this pristine, like I said earlier, pristine boundary around our whole group, so that only that which is rooted in unconditional love is welcome here, right? So that as we open our energy field, only that which serves your highest good, only that which is aligned with unconditional love, only that which is aligned with your higher self and soul's vision for you, only that is here. And so thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, elements and crystals and plants and trees. Thank you to the wind. And all of that we breathe in through the bottoms of our feet, letting all of that earth medicine flow through our legs, through our meridians, moving up our vertebrae, up to the crown of our head. And so you're feeling, really let yourself feel almost like the earth is doing acupuncture on you. And if you've never received acupuncture, that's okay, but just know that there's these meridians, these energy lines through your body, and the earth right now in her abundance, in her alignment and love of Our Lady of Guadalupe, is activating and clearing meridians in our body that need that alignment right now. You don't have to control it. You don't have to track it. You don't even need to know what it is. But if you do need to know what it is, you will become aware of it either now or at exactly the right time. So feel that. I just feel this energy that's just flowing through all your meridians, activating, clearing congestion, realigning spleen meridian, liver meridian. There's all this with meridians. Just let it happen. Your soul is in charge. I'm not in charge. I'm just facilitating this space. And as that happens, I also see already your nervous system. So Our Lady of Guadalupe is coming already with this beautiful healing for your nervous system. So your nervous system receiving the energy of ease, the energy of vitality, clearing a feeling of danger. So Our Lady of Guadalupe knows that those that she calls to lead are often such sensitive souls that we can feel like a sponge walking through the world. And so she's here and she's sending a clearing. In fact, bring your awareness to the base of your, kind of behind your neck, the base, your brainstem. And she's bringing this golden healing that's going to travel to all of your nervous system to release any sense of urgency or danger. An urgency that comes from the ego. That's like, oh, I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time. I have to hurry, or like that danger, that urgency. She's like dissolving that, let that happen. She understands that some of this is response to past trauma, and she has so much compassion for that. And so, to be clear, whatever professional support you might need, Our Lady of Guadalupe, if you don't have that in your life now, Our Lady of Guadalupe will bring that to you, right? You'll be open to that. And in this moment, there's a huge clearing, yet she just keeps saying danger, any sense of emergency, any sense of there being crisis. She's like, all of those things make it hard for you to align with your soul's vision for your leadership. Make it harder for you to hear Our Lady of Guadalupe and all of your guides speaking to you. And again, she does this with so much compassion. So already, right, she's been activating your magnetism. There's this earth healing of your meridians, and she's bringing this healing to all of our nervous system, releasing the pattern of feeling like you're in danger or you're in crisis, or there's a sense of urgency, or you don't have enough time, money, resources, support, whatever it is. And so we'll let that continue to happen as we move all the way up to the crown of our head. Then landing in our heart center. Bringing your hands to your heart, palms of your hands to your heart. And I almost like you do this movement I'm doing, like you're feeling your heart pulsing, right? Your heart center, your heart chakra. There's an expansion of the radiance, the unified field of your heart. And so Our Lady of Guadalupe, Tonantzin, she is teaching all of us, right, that we have all this sacred technology in our body, and that expanding your heart center is safe. It's like expanding your heart center is safe. She just keeps saying that it is safe. In fact, it's the safest thing. This isn't about the emotional heart. This is the wise heart. This is the heart that sees through illusion. Right? This is the heart that was never harmed. This wholeness of your heart has always been there. And of course, again, Our Lady of Guadalupe, she's acknowledges the heartbreak, the feelings of betrayal, the sorrow, the grief. So she bears sacred witness to any pain that you might be holding in your heart. And at the same time, she holds that vision. She reminds you that beyond the pain, always there is the wholeness of your heart. So connect with that wholeness of your heart now. And just welcome Our Lady of Guadalupe as she walks in front of you. She stands in front of you. With her beautiful cloak of stars. And as she stands in front of you, she invites you to share with her. And this is just between you and Guadalupe. You don't have to say anything out loud or write anything in the chat. This is just you and her. She's like, share with me anything that's heavy in your heart, no matter how small or big it may seem. Anything that's heavy in your heart. Let's all of us share that with her now. And she's letting me know that this is across space and time. This is across lifetimes. So this might be for some of you, you might have awareness of past lives, that there's things you're carrying in your heart that are ancient, or things you're carrying in your heart that are ancestral burdens. Just bring it all to Our Lady of Guadalupe now. She's like, don't hold back. Allow yourself to go deeper today. She's always mentoring me And she wants me to share this with you, and how to, in expanding my ability to release and receive. So in this moment, expand past your comfort zone of how much you're willing to share with her, how much you're willing to release, how much you're willing to be loved and held. So because of our life, our trauma, all many reasons, we can have this like, okay, this is as much as I let myself receive. This is as much as I let myself be vulnerable. This is as much. And she's like, no, let's expand that. Let yourself here in this beautiful day of our feast day of Guadalupe. You know, her message, right? Am I not here who am your mother? Que no estoy aquí, que soy tu madre. Right? The divine mother, the mother that is your biggest advocate, that is not overwhelmed by anything you share. So just let yourself hand over anything that feels heavy across all directions of time. And I'm hearing that for some of you, these might be wounds you might not even be consciously aware of, but they have they operate strongly in your life, or you might minimize their significance. And this isn't about reliving any sort of trauma, anything like that, but she's just like bringing that energy of sobriety, right? Of clarity. Like, oh, that pain that I've belittled, that I haven't allowed myself to receive support, grace, love around. Just let that come to her. And as that happens, now connect with your aura, that electromagnetic field around your body that's like a cocoon of light. So stay with your heart. Your heart is still releasing, but she's bringing our awareness to the magnificence, she's saying, of your aura, the many layers of your aura, the multidimensionality of your aura. So what's happening is that the space around you is expanding, so that as you connect with these hurting places within you now, later in the coming year, that it is not overwhelming, because there's so much space that you can see it, and like, oh, you can have compassion, you can love that part of you, you can bring healing to that part. But there's a lot of spaciousness. So you don't need to logically understand how this happens, just know that it's unfolding. And bringing the palms of our hands together, Our Lady of Guadalupe places her palms over your palms. She's activating your heart chakra. She's activating your hand chakras. And she's activating the power of prayer within you, beyond any sort of religious doctrine or dogma. Prayer is a divine technology. So she's activating that. And it's okay if the word prayer is not the right word for you, replace it with whatever word works for you. So let's just feel Our Lady of Guadalupe. She's placing her palms over your palms in this prayer pose, and she's activating your heart, your hand chakras, and she's activating, magnifying the power of your prayers for yourself, your loved ones, and the world. And as she steps back, now she asks you, what is your prayer for today? My beautiful daughter, my beautiful son, my beautiful child. What is your heart's prayer? What do you want to receive? And what do you want to let go of, release? What is your prayer? What do you want to receive? And what do you want to release? What is your prayer? What do you want to receive? And what do you want to release? And just let yourself be. Let yourself be with your prayer. And it's okay if you don't have it fully formed. She knows, your soul knows your heart's prayer. That it's important. There's an important remembering that's here for you, or you to remember, oh, this is my prayer. This is my prayer for my life. This is my prayer for my leadership. This is my prayer for my loved ones. And she just got really, and then she's saying, what is your prayer for those challenging people in your life? Whether it's people personally connected to you or people you just in the general collective. It's like if there's, this is really important. She's bringing in this, this message. If there's anyone you're having, and again, it could be someone you personally know or group of people that you are having a hard time having compassion for, right? Any person or group of people that you're feeling judgmental towards, any group of people or person that you're feeling frustrated with or impatient with. First of all, she has great compassion for us when we're in that place. And she's inviting you to have the courage to pray for that judgment to be lifted so that you can be a channel of unconditional love for that person or those group of people. So Our Lady of Guadalupe has no judgment for any group of people. She is like a force field of compassion. That isn't to say that she's not aware, that she isn't aware of injustices. I mean, she is like a revolutionary, right? She's coming here to help us birth the new earth. And, right, that's the teachings of these divine beings, like Our Lady of Guadalupe, like Kuan Yin, like Green Tara, is that even as we do that, as we have our vision of leadership, leadership means also that we are willing to open our heart so that we can be channels of unconditional love for those that are hard to love, that are hard to have compassion for. So she's really inviting all of us, and of course it's our choice. And she's being very clear, this doesn't mean don't have boundaries. This doesn't mean you have to hang out with certain groups of people. This is just about you being a channel of unconditional love. This is the priestess path, right, that I talk about. So she's like, if you are willing, it's like that's that. When she said, I need leaders, she meant many things. And that was one of them, she says. There's so much polarity in the world right now. And she's like, it's okay to have our strong opinions and beliefs. And I mean, I have those for sure. She's like, but can you be a channel of miracles and grace and unconditional love and compassion for everyone, for all of humanity? So it's just like, and it's okay. It's okay if you're like, it feels hard. I don't know how to do that. That's okay. All that's required, she's saying, is your willingness. So I know I have that prayer. I am willing, even though it can be very hard for me at times. I'm willing to be a channel of unconditional love and compassion for all that goes beyond my human understanding. So if you are willing, you tell her that, because that's the type of leaders that she needs. She's saying, that's the type of leadership. And all of that will come back to you 100-fold. The grace and the miracles that come back to you when you say yes to stepping into this sacred leadership are enormous. So just feel your energy body opening, stretching, expanding past your comfort zone, past your safety zone, right? Our ego believes, oh, I can only stretch this much. I can only open this much. I can only have this amount of intuitive gifts. Nope. Our Lady of Guadalupe is saying, you are infinite, my dear. Let yourself open. Feel the earth so supporting you. So she wants me to share the Mother Mary card I pulled today for our gathering. And this is from the Alana Fairchild Mother Mary Oracle. And it's Our Lady of Starting Over. So look at this beautiful image. And I'm going to read not all of it because it's very long, but this was the section when I was praying beforehand. She said to read. It says, Our Lady of Starting Over arises when you need help to put the past, especially a painful past, to rest. You are entering into a time when the loving mother support will be helpful as you step onto a new path. She says that you are entitled to be free from all that has been, free to treat each and every moment as a completely fresh start, so as to release guilt and shame and to feel empowered to choose now based on what is in your heart. So I love that. So we're putting the past to rest. And I love that. She says you're entitled to be free from all that has been. Right? There's another prayer in this booklet when it's like, or one of them, it's like I release the past and the past releases me. So it's like you're free to release that and to treat each and every moment as a fresh start. Think about how miraculous that is. Each and every moment. It's like what Course in Miracles calls the holy instant, that every instant is holy. So what does that mean? Right? It sounds beautiful, but what does it mean practically? It means that as you go through your day, the rest of 2021 and 2022, whenever you catch yourself out of alignment or going into fear or going into judgment or all of those things, it's okay. Because you can remember, like, oh, wait a minute. What did Our Lady of Guadalupe said? What is my divine birthright? I can notice I'm spiraling down that way and I can go back to the holy instant. Yes, there's the importance of processing and all of that, but there's also something, we're entering this new space, especially so many of you have done so much inner work in your life already. So there's something really beautiful in knowing that, oh, because I know I can get really hooked on like, oh, let me process this. Like, why did I do that? Da, da, da. And there's a place for that. But Our Lady of Guadalupe is also saying, and your birthright is also that you can treat every moment as a fresh start. So you can pray, like, bring me back to the holy instant. I was just in judgment. I was just in fear. I was just in panic. I was just criticizing myself. I was just beating myself up. Let me go back to the holy instant. Right? That's the prayer. That's what this card is saying. That's what one of the blessings of our gathering today is. Right? That when she's, and this isn't about spiritually bypassing. Yes, we have to feel our feelings and have to be committed to our inner healing. But in the moment, day to day, that prayer, right? This is why I found that so beautiful. I didn't know she was going to do that when she placed her hands over her hands. And she was like, I'm activating your remembrance of the power of your prayers so that we can pray, take me back to that holy instant. And who are we praying to? We're praying to the divine, to our own higher self. So Our Lady of Guadalupe really, as I was preparing for this, wanted it to be practical, like divine and sacred and expansive, and also very practical, right? So that's one of the things, that prayer. Bring me back to the holy instant. Help me treat each moment as a fresh start. So being in this space, we come down to our sacral chakra, our womb chakra, right around our navel. Right? And so you might put your hands there as I'm doing now. I don't think you can see me, but they're there. They're down there. Your womb center. And first of all, she's inviting you to think about 2021 and everything you have birthed this year. Everything you've created, everything. And she's saying, please do not judge yourself like, oh, I haven't created anything. No, you've all created. Some of you have created a lot internally, new patterns, new ways of treating yourself, new ways of relating to others, new ways of connecting to people that used to trigger you and now they don't, new ways of loving yourself and others. Those are incredibly important. Some of you have also had external births, books, blogs, new types of healing modalities. So bring to mind everything, 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 everything. She's like, oh, so much that you created this year. And she's inviting you to just really be in so much joy and appreciation of everything you've created, because she is. She looks at all of it with so much love, so much appreciation, so much awe. She's not judging it. She's not comparing it to anybody else's stuff. She's just looking at you and everything you've birthed and everything you've created. And she's like, awesome job. And in fact, she's showing you that the things you least appreciate that you've created are the most important ones. So she's really bringing that, just that, like, like a mother does, right? When her child brings like a picture she draws, there's something, the healed mother, what she does, she's like, oh my gosh, I love this. She's not lying, right? She's like, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh. And so that's how Our Lady of Guadalupe is with you right now. Let her, like really bring, And she's saying this is really important for many of you because you do not let yourself acknowledge all of the healing, all of the creation, all of the courage, all of the expansion. It's like you're always thinking of what's left. And she's like, there's something beautiful about that, but also now depleting. So she's like, look at all of it. And so let's put it together like on this beautiful altar, all of us, right? Put everything, and even the things you don't know. So if there's, just say that prayer, okay? Anything I'm not even thinking of, I'm putting on this altar table. It's this beautiful altar with this beautiful woven cloth of different colors. I see lots of fuchsia, but whatever colors come to you. And you're placing all of it there, everything you've birthed, everything you've created, symbols that represent it. All of us are doing this, all 44 of us, right? All of us are placing it. Look at this. And see Our Lady of Guadalupe, Divine Mother, she is just delighted and she is blessing all of it. Blessing it, blessing it, blessing it, so that all of your creations bless you and bless the world. So just let her bless. Bless it all. Bless your homes, bless your creations, bless your healing work, bless your inner work, bless your courage. Bless the little thing that you're like, oh, that's not such a big deal. And she's like, yes, all of it. To see it, she's just like blessing it. But and I just, and oh, so many beautiful angels. You know, angels always travel with Mother Mary, with Our Lady of Guadalupe. So all these beautiful angels just like infusing all of your creations with so much light, so much love. And Archangel Michael stepping in with his sword of light. Okay. And he is, it's very interesting, very powerful. He, with your permission, of course, you always have free will. He is inviting you to allow him to cut the cords between you and your creations, cords that are not serving you. So cords of perfectionism, cords of, like we create something and then we're like, oh, it's not good enough. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, she's like codependency, any cords that do not serve your creations and do not serve you. He's just here to cut those. And as that happens, those cords of love, those cords of empowerment, those get strengthened. But anything that could bring your creation down to a lower level, he's cutting that. If you give him permission to, I know I am, like, because I know that there's things I can be working on and I can be in fear, or I want to control it, or I want to make it perfect, or whatever it is. And he's like, nope, let's cut that. So they go to the highest level. And as that happens, is let yourself feel spaciousness as all of your creations were blessed now. And Our Lady of Guadalupe is reminding me to remind you that this is recorded. So sometimes when we're going through it the first time, there's a lot of resistance or whatever it is. So you can always go back, and you don't even have to watch all of it, but watch parts of it to do again, right? To kind of receive a deeper layer of understanding. Because she's saying this blessing of your creations is really important. And it's essential so that you can then open into the next space we're going to walk into, which is, what are you birthing in 2022? Where is your leadership taking you in the coming year? So a new altar space is presented before us. We have the altar where our creations are being blessed, the ones we already created. And now a new beautiful altar is being placed. And I see this beautiful woven basket with different sage. And I see some beautiful crystals on it. And I see some beautiful feathers. And you know, Our Lady of Guadalupe is inviting you to place on the altar anything that your heart guides you to place on the altar. So notice anything that comes to you like, oh, I want to place this on this altar. I want to place this image. I want to place this color. I want to place this crystal, whatever it is. This is the altar to your leadership in 2022. And so this is a practical step here that she's bringing. She's inviting you to create an altar in your home, and it can be big and take up a lot of space, or it can be tiny and small on a windowsill. Just whatever works for you. But you're creating an altar to your leadership in 2022. Of course, again, you have free will. This is totally up to you, but this is the invitation. And this altar, what is an altar? An altar is a portal. An altar is a grid of alignment, of activation, of magnification. So remember that right away when I asked, what is this year's Guadalupe gathering about? There was no hesitation. It was like, I need leaders. And so this altar to your leadership, first thing that she's inviting you to gather for the altar. What is your word for 2022? Now, you might have one word for all of 2022, or you might have one word connected specifically to your leadership. And that's what Our Lady of Guadalupe is asking right now. Like, what is the word connected to your leadership in 2022? What is another word? Another way to say that is, what is the fuel for your leadership in 2022? Your ego and the different parts of you might have all sorts of answers. But what's your higher self, your soul say? What is your word? Your fuel for your leadership in 2022. And you might hear it now or later. You can write that down, right? What is my fuel? What is my word for 2022 for my leadership? I know for me, I heard two words, and I'll be with them to see what I heard: flow and trust, flow and trust, flow and trust, which of course triggers some parts of me that wanted to be something else like confidence, or I don't know what, but that's what came. So I'll be with that. But you ask, okay, what's my word? What's my fuel? So that's the first thing that goes on your altar. Now, what does that mean that it goes on your altar? You could literally print out the word, or you can just choose an object that represents it. And if it came to you, feel free to write it in the chat. Even if you're considering, if it's like, I think it's this is what I heard. What's the word for your leadership, the fuel for your leadership? It's very powerful to have that. And so she's saying, like, this will become like your anchor, your compass throughout the year, so that when you're feeling confused or stagnant or stuck or in fear, you go to your word. So if my word is flow, then I would be like, okay, how can I go back into that fuel of flow? So I'm hearing allow. Thank you. Beautiful. Hold on, let me go. Macy saying grace and ease. Love that. So perfect. Thank you, Maze. Elizabeth, my word is allow. Beautiful. Makasia, embrace. Maria, expansion and release. Jennifer, action. Love that. So notice the energy of all these words, right? So again, this isn't to be dismissed. Like if you really use it as a practice, and I've been doing this for years, and there's sometimes where I'm more connected to this practice than others, but this year really feels important since, Our Lady of Guadalupe is bringing this so clearly. And so it is your compass, right? So throughout your leadership in 2022, your responsibility will be to come back to expansion and release, right? Come back to ease and grace. And so this is a practice, right? But just knowing that, like when you catch yourself not in ease and not in grace, right? So I know for me, I can go into that place of efforting, like, trying really hard and I can feel it, like that doesn't feel good in my body, and like things start to get harder. And so if my word was ease, and it'd be like, okay, wait, I'm noticing that. Remember, we pray back, bring me back to the holy instant. Bring me back to that energy of ease. That's the practice. That's our work to do. And then the divine responds in divine timing. All right. So this is really important. So for your leadership, love for yourself, Judy, that's beautiful. Self-love is one of the most courageous fuels. Donna, listen, be present. I love that, Donna. Thank you. Yeah. And so for you, Donna, and anyone who's that is the fuel of being present, that first practice of go back to the holy instant is going to be so important, right? It's like literally like, being present it's the everything really. So on your altar, you're going to put something that represents this word, or you can even print out the word or words. Let's see what else. So Our Lady of Guadalupe is inviting you from now till the end of the year. Once you create this altar, and she's really like, don't overthink it, just create the altar. You don't have to go buy special stuff, like really create it simple, even just a candle, whatever it is. It's like use that altar to be in conversation with her from now till the end of the year. She's like, it doesn't have to take long. It can be a moment where you're there and you're like, asking, connecting with your fuel, receiving her blessings for the creations you've already birthed, and then receiving her guidance for the creations that you are pregnant with, right? That you are here to birth. And so she's reminding us, this is one thing, as I was asking her, well, what do you want me to say about leadership? And one of the things I heard right away was like, when you're a leader, you're a follower. And at first I was like, what? She was like, not in the ego sense, but she's like, you're a follower of the divine. You're a devotee of your soul. You are committed. You have that discipline, right? As in disciple of your soul. You are committed to following your soul's guidance. That's the leadership she's asking for. It's not you're a follower, like you follow everyone else or you follow your ego, not that. It's like, right? It's that divine feminine paradox, which I've talked about so many times. Divine feminine leadership is what Our Lady of Guadalupe and so many of these divine beings are initiating us into. And what is divine feminine leadership? You don't have to be a woman to align with that. one of the things with divine feminine leadership is the divine paradox. So how is it that to be a leader means to be a divine follower? That's exactly what it means, right? How is it that to speed up, I am being guided to slow down? How is it that in order to experience my resurrection, my rebirth, old patterns, old beliefs are meant to die? So whenever you're in that divine paradox place, you're on the right path. So this altar that you're going to create, if you say yes to this sacred invitation, is going to be your practice for that, right? Like, oh, that's right. My number one responsibility is that I'm paying attention to my soul, my heart, those divine beings that I connect with. From that place, then I get to know, what am I creating? What are my offerings? What classes am I going to do? Whatever else, all those details. She's acknowledging oh, she's acknowledging the trauma that some of us have, the wounds that you might have around leadership, whether you were judged in your leadership before, or whether you had experiences with leaders that were abusive or out of integrity, or any of that. And so she's bringing a healing, and I'm aware that I'm going to go over. So if you have to step out at 5, I totally understand that. I don't plan on going over much, but it will be in the replay. But she's saying, she's bringing a healing for any trauma that you've experienced from people in leadership, whether they were people, family. There's family members that, whether it was teachers or employers, anybody that was in a position of leadership in your life that abused that in any way. And this is for this lifetime or any lifetime. And that trauma in some way has made you shy away from your own leadership. And so Our Lady of Guadalupe is bringing a healing for any of those parts of you. And the sky grandmothers, I'm seeing the sky grandmothers stepping in, that maybe you don't have that specific experience, but in your family line, there is that experience. That your family members perhaps experience being abused or oppressed by people in leadership in their lives. So that there was some sort of unconscious decision on our parts, like, okay, I'm not going to ever do that. I'm not going to oppress, abuse other people, which of course, that's a wonderful prayer. But then we added unconsciously or consciously, hence, I shall not be a leader. And so she's like, we are dissolving that now, if you are willing, because there's a lot of people out there who are taking up the mantle of leadership who are truly not and I'm not saying this with judgment, but just with discernment, haven't done the work to lead with their heart open. So if all of us who are on this journey, if we're always like, no, 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 I don't want to lead, I don't want to lead, I don't want to lead, who's left to lead? So she's like, so here, and we bring our hands to prayer, or whatever word you want to use. And so she's just inviting us to have that heart prayer of, Our Lady of Guadalupe, divine, my own Holy Spirit, Holy Soul, all the beings of love and light across all spiritual traditions, the universe, source. We ask that you heal whatever trauma we have from this lifetime or other lifetimes, that have made us be scared of our own leadership, of our own power, that have had us shy away from stepping into the spotlight, whatever that looks like for you. It doesn't need to look like it looks for me or anyone else. It will look like it looks like for you. It might look like a conversation you have with someone. But we ask that you clear, you heal once and for all this trauma from this lifetime, from other lifetimes, anything that's created patterns of self-sabotage. For we are willing to step into leadership in 2022, knowing that you, beautiful divine, beautiful Lady of Guadalupe, beautiful source, that you walk with us. Knowing that our prayer is to always lead with unconditional love, with integrity, and with lightheartedness. So I'm feeling this healing around any fear that we'll become martyrs if we're leaders. And I'm wearing this beautiful rosary. It's Mother Mary and Joan of Arc. And so Joan of Arc, I welcome her presence. So as she heals any fears that we will be hurt, that we will be shamed, that we will be rejected, that we will be judged, even that we will be killed, that we will lose our family. All of that we bring to the sacred fire of transmutation, knowing that this is the lifetime where you lead. This is the lifetime where you are seen. This is the lifetime where you are heard. This is the lifetime where you create what you came here to create. And this is the lifetime where you do that with joy. And we pray that for all of us here and for the collective. We end with an amen, and so be it. We close that prayer. And so as we close, just feel Our Lady of Guadalupe. She wants to do like a final blessing on everyone. So just be in that receptive space. And she's reminding you, that your meridians have been how do I say this? They've been working on your meridians, your nervous system. Remember, she was like, they're dissolving that feeling of danger, dissolving that feeling of urgency. If you came in late, make sure you watch that part in the beginning. And so all of that, your aura expanding. So there's that spaciousness around you. Your beautiful word for your 2022 leadership, or words, they're just taking seed in your heart. And Our Lady of Guadalupe brings you a blessing across all space and time. And what does she say? Our Lady of Guadalupe, she says, remember, I am here as your divine mother. You are never alone. You are so beloved to me. She knows you by your name. Yes, she's here for everyone, and yet she knows you by your name. That's how beloved you are to her. And she says, you are blessed and you are a blessing. 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 Really hear that. You are blessed and you are a blessing. It's not just pretty words. She's literally activating this remembrance in you that you are blessed and you are a blessing. And we know, and she says this, and as you go forth and bless the world, you remind everyone, whether you do it with words or you do it just with your presence, that they are blessed and they are a blessing. And let's just end in silence for a few moments. Have a conversation, your own intimate moment with Our Lady of Guadalupe right now. Whatever happens, whatever she hands you, whatever she gives you, whatever she tells you, whatever you tell her, all of us, let's hold that sacred space for each other now. Thank Our Lady of Guadalupe. Ask your higher self, your soul, to help you integrate this across all space and time on all levels of your being, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. That it recalibrate your energy body, your meridians, your chakras, your aura to the appropriate level for you to continue with your day with gentleness and ease. And we invite all of your angels and guides to increase the synchronicity in the coming days to help validate everything you received today. And so if there's anything you want to write down, feel free to do that. I'm going to pull some cards for the group and share some things. And this will be recorded as well. And please feel free to write anything in the chat. It's just so beautiful to be here with all of you. And I just, gosh, I really felt her like laser like today. You know, she was just like, bzzz, like this is what's happening. You know, and just I really encourage, you know, I encourage you, yeah, to notice in the coming days from everything that unfolded today, what pings you, right? I know that you are blessed and you are a blessing was so powerful. And maybe that becomes one of your mantras. I am blessed and I am a blessing, right? I am blessed and I am a blessing. And it's not like I'm special and you're not. No, because what did she say at the end? She was like, and guess what? As you integrate that, you get to go and tell everybody else you are blessed and you are a blessing, whether you say it out loud or not. I know sometimes that's not appropriate, but you're going to be beaming that message out to people. And what's going to happen is that people who can't handle it are just going to leave your life. That's just what happens. I've experienced that. It's just like, you know, I've said this comparison before. It's like with yoga. I just feel like people always transform when they do yoga or they stop doing yoga, right? It's just like that's what happens. If it's like, I'm transforming too much, I can't. It's the same thing as we're in this resonance. Some people will be like, this is too much, and they'll just drop away. And other people won't understand, but they're like, I just need to be close to her. Like there's something. What is it? Is there remembering, oh, wait, I have this too. So that's like the real beautiful part of this leadership. Judy, yes. Thank you, Judy. This was a beautiful energy. I'm blessed and I am a blessing. I needed to be reminded. Yes. We so often focus on blessing others, which is beautiful, but we can't really bless others until we realize we're blessed as well. Right. And we're healing that paradigm of the wounded healer. Like I heal others and oh my gosh, I'm a martyr and I'm always so tired and exhausted because I give everybody my energy. Like, no, like what? No. I mean, I'm not saying I don't go there. I go there. But my prayer is I want to be done with that, right? And I come back. Thank you, Jennifer. I love that you had chills up and down your back. Beautiful Phoenix. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad you said Phoenix. And I meant to name that out loud to welcome your Phoenix child here. What is your Phoenix child? I know those of you who are on the Sophia Code journey with me know it's like it's your healed inner child, your magical child, your Phoenix child. She is intricate to your leadership. And so, oh, before I forget, this Wednesday, last quantum career healing of 2021. I am so excited. It's all about embodying the light. That is $44. It's capped at 9 people because I specifically, the energy targets you, right? We're entering that quantum field. So beautiful. So if you want to join me for that, I would love, love, love for you to do that. I think this is the first time I say this out loud. Yeah, I think it's January 14th in Friday in January. I'm going to have a beautiful 2022 ceremony also over Zoom. I'm so excited. And there's going to be a summit in February. I'm very excited about that too. There's just a lot of cool stuff coming. So if you're not, oh, I do want to say the replay is going to come through my newsletter. So please know that. That's so you'll receive it that way. It'll be a link to a YouTube. That's just the easiest way for you to do it. And then you can just feel free to watch it, rewatch it, watch parts of it. So let's start with the cards. Thank you, Irina. This is the Sacred Traveler deck by Denise Lynn. So this is like an extension of the offering, right? Like what else does Our Lady of Guadalupe have to say to you? What else does your soul, what other messages does your soul have for you? You are the sacred traveler on your beautiful path. So what is the message? Your soul wanted to tell you like 10 messages. So I have to say, no, the one message. I mean, I didn't see any of them, but what's the one? All right. It's 2. Okay. First one, valiant courage. Take action with passion. So look at this. He's on a horse. He's got the banner. This is very Joan of Arc, but guy. He's like moving forward, like take action with passion. So that's really clear, right? It's like take action. There's some action you're meant to take, whether it's a little step or a big step, or so you're taking action with courage. Oh, wow. It's so interesting. They're both men. The second one you got is choosing your path. It says all is possible. So I'm trying to get it in a good place. So this is really the divine masculine, right? Our divine masculine is the one who takes the action, right? So it's like, wow, we just spent this time with Our Lady of Guadalupe, and it was so much about that divine feminine leadership, but we can't step into leadership with without the divine masculine. So this is saying take action, everything is possible, right? Like, wow, how powerful, right? Take action, choose your path, everything is possible. And remember that the action you're taking is with that fuel that came to you. So with ease, with presence, with grace, right? With expansion, whatever the fuel was, that's the action. That's how you take the action. That really takes practice. I'm going to do a Soulful Woman card and then be done. Soulful Woman. Heart healing. My courageous healing journey brings me personal awakening and a deeper relationship with myself. Look at this gorgeous card. Look at that. I love that. My courageous healing journey brings me personal awakening and a deeper relationship with myself. And I know at the beginning, right, we had that heart healing where like our heart was like pulsing, and Guadalupe, right, she was showing us like you can do this, like have this magnetic heart. So there you go. All right, lovelies, have a beautiful rest of your day. She is going to continue to talk to you and mentor you and guide you. And you are blessed and you are a blessing, right? Thank you everyone for being here. Let's see if anyone has any questions before we move on. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Drink water, journal, stretch, whatever you need to do. All right. Bye. Thank you, Maisie. Thank you. You're a blessing as well. Thank you, Makasia. So glad you were here. Donna, so glad you were here. Sonia, thank you. So glad you were here. And everyone, some people that I don't know, I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you, all of you. So wonderful to see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, all of you who are watching the replay, who aren't here live. Please know that you are so part of this. Pamela and Sharon, thank you. Joan, thank you for being here. I'm so glad you're here as well. Jill, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being part of this, everyone. You're all, Irina, thank you. You're all so important to this gathering. Thank you, everyone. And I hope to see you soon. I hope to see some of you on Wednesday. That is recorded if you want to be part of that, the quantum career healing or anything else that's coming. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.